Welcome to Firearms of America. Today, as you guys can see, I have another something from Under Armour. Let's see what it is. These are Under Armour Charged Bandit yet again, but this time these are actually, as you can see, mid-size. Yes, now I have done Charged Bandit regular trail running shoes, more like sneakers, alright? Recently, and I was very impressed. In fact, doing that review I said that I kind of wish that there was a mid-sized version, and there is. To give you a brief overview, amazing comfort level, excellent outsole, currently about $100 on Amazon. The link is in the description below. The only thing that I would mention here is that get yourself a bigger size, because these do run a little bit on the smaller size. But if you do have time to watch the whole review, stick around, because this is not your regular shoe or boot review. This review is specifically for my Ultimate Survival boots section. Yes, if these were the boots that you were wearing and something really bad happened, I don't know, think about a survival situation. 2020, 2021 have been pretty crazy so far, so you probably have some survival scenarios in mind. And you had to run, walk, climb, fight, whatever's necessary for survival. In these, would they be helpful to your survival or not? How do we make the judgment? We make the judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's begin. Criteria number 1, of course, one of the more important ones, comfort level. And in order to test the comfort level of all of the shoes, boots that I review on this channel, I do a 3-mile run and then a 5-mile walk, no stop, no pause in between, and then continue wearing for about, so the total wear time is 8 hours. Like I said, these are very comfortable. There are a few factors that contribute to the comfort level. Let's start with the weight. Alrighty, so this is size 10, and they are 11.5, and I think this is a very good weight, very impressive. Now the regular Charged Bandit version, which is just a sneaker version without the extended shaft, was just a bit over 10, very impressive. This is a little bit more. I think definitely worth a sacrifice, a little bit extra weight, getting that protection that will give you something to kind of cover your ankles, especially if you're trail running in these. Very good, very helpful, and still a great weight, because I always mention that if you want something that feels lightweight, you are looking to find something that is under 20 ounce. The more under 20 ounce it is, the lighter it feels, and this is well under 20 ounce, so really good over there. All right, so there are a few other things that contribute to the comfort level. One of them would be the inner sole, and let's see if it is actually removable here, because it was not removable in the regular Charged Bandit, but here it is. Ha! Would you look at that? And as you can see, there isn't really much to it. There is some additional cushioning added on the heel. Not really much of the arch support, as you can see, and the inner sole kind of does feel flimsy. Now, one big difference between this version of Charge and the previous I wanted to point out here, as you can see, there's nothing else. It goes straight into the hard outsole from here. In the regular, the shorter version, right, not the mid-size, the shorter version of the Charge, it does have additional blue jelly layer, which adds to the comfort level. This doesn't. I don't know why Under Armour did that, but they did that. So yeah, unfortunately. There are a few things that I do like about this shoe. Is that the padding is pretty good on the ankles and the shaft, and the tongue doesn't have much padding, but still kind of gives you a little bit of protection. This material right here is very soft, so overall the toe box feels pretty good on the inside. It's very nice and soft overall. So let's move on to the criteria number 2 now, proofing and protection. Now these are not waterproof, and usually I say that I'm not a big fan of waterproof stuff whenever it comes to trail running. This, however, is mid-size, so this one would make sense to make waterproof, but Under Armour for some reason didn't. I think they should have, because you have the shaft to give you some decent clearance from the ground for waterproofing, but Under Armour decided not to implement that. Kind of wish they did. Proofing wise, not much to talk about. Protection wise, not much to talk about again, because the toe is very soft, so no protection here at all. Ankles, now at least they are covered. Still very soft, as you can see, but at least something's better than nothing, right? And the heel, I mean, it's reinforced, but it's still fairly soft. So not much to talk about whenever it comes to proofing and protection. Let's move on to the criteria number 3 now, quality and the design features. Quality-wise, Under Armour, overall, I had a good experience with them. Sometimes they do have little quality control issues, like running small, for example, a little bit. Not by much, but just a little bit still. You know, not a big deal because you can always just replace things. That's why I like shopping on Amazon. But, you know, a little bit of inconvenience, right? But overall, they do have very good reviews on Amazon. This particular one does not have a lot because it's a newer model. Only about 30 reviews, almost 5 stars, so people do like it already. We'll see how that goes. Now, whenever it comes to the design features, usually here I talk about the lacing system. Not much to talk about here, just your regular fabric hooks going to the close hooks, and very, very thin round strings. Overall, not too fantastic, not too bad, really not much to talk about here. Kind of wish that it was either a quick lace system or boa system. Would be nice, honestly, to see in something like this from Under Armour, especially considering that they have that stuff available. Let's move on to the criteria number 4 now, outsole, traction and stability. Now, whenever I do my run and the walk for testing the comfort, I also do that on a variety of different surfaces to test the traction and stability. And starting with some older asphalt, going to newer tarmac. Then there is some sand, dry sand, wet sand, dry grass, wet grass, some trail surface, some rocky road, and then finishing up on some marble and tile to test them on shiny, slippery surfaces, right? Overall, this is a fantastic outsole. Probably one of the best parts about this hiking shoe. Very, very good outsole. Great balance between aggression and flatness. So these perform very well on everything that I've tested them on. Great job there, Under Armour. Definitely very, very good. All right, so let's move on to the criteria number 5 now, temperature. Now, temperature-wise, again, not much to talk about here because, you know, whenever it comes to colder temperatures, this is not something you're looking for. These are not designed to be used in a cold temperature, not designed for winter in any way. In the hot temperature, however, testing here in Florida, about 90 degrees weather, they're very obviously light and very breathable, so pretty good for hard temperatures. I did not overheat at all doing my run in any way. So let's move on to the criteria number 6 now, the sizing. Now, sizing wise, like I said, these do run a little bit on the smaller size. So you're probably looking at a size bigger for yourself because you kind of do want to have a little bit of that extra space in toe box whenever it comes to your hiking stuff, whenever it comes to your trail running stuff. Just a good advice that I got from one of my friends who does hiking pretty much full time. So just to save you from the fatigue, you know, in here, good advice to have a little bit of that extra space. Let's move on to the criteria number 7 now, balance of application. So if these really were your ultimate survival boots, right, or hiking shoes in this case, would they be good for your survival? Honestly, these particular ones, I think they have unbelievably great potential to be awesome, just the way I like them. A few things that I would personally wish to see, maybe Under Armour one day can release a Charged Bandit 2.0 version, right? Is this rubber piece right here, the harder rubber from the outsole, going all the way out, covering a little bit of the toe, just to give you a little bit of protection. Helps a lot, that specific one, on a rocky road. Just a little bit more, not a lot, just a little bit, all right, to give you the toe protection. Just a toe cap. Not going to add too much to the weight, a little bit, but not a lot. Definitely waterproofing, because this is mid-size. Waterproofing definitely makes sense with some gusseted tongue. It would be amazing, because you have, well, in the shaft itself, you have about 6 inches, but then they did a cutout for the heel, which is about 4.5 inches, which is still pretty good waterproofing clearance if these are waterproof. And then, of course, the lacing system. I would like to see boa, ideally, but at least the quick lace. And I think that would make this absolutely fantastic because they're lightweight, they're very comfortable. Well, maybe fixing the sizing issue would be nice too. The outsole is just phenomenal. I think that would be great as an ultimate survival, as a hiking, as a trail running even. Just a great overall shoe. And the very final criterion here is the price. Like I said, currently they are just above $100 on Amazon. The link is in the description below. I think it's a definitely good competitive price with a lot of stuff that is in that price range. However, if you're willing to spend a little bit more, maybe $120, $130, you can get into some very seriously good stuff with GTX waterproofing, with decent amount of protection, with literally everything pretty much that I have just described that I wanted to see changes in this shoe. All right, so look around. I do have a lot of reviews on this channel. Check them out. Maybe you will find something better for yourself. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think about this particular hiking shoe? What do you think about this review? If you have any requests, drop them in the comments below and I will be happy to address them if I come across those products. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. This was Firearms of America. I'll see you guys in the next video.